After watching the first 2 episodes of Wandavision, I'm sure you got some questions. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what happened and also reveal to you some Easter eggs along the way. Later in the video, I'll explain how the 2 commercials tie into Wanda's past. Episode 1 is based off the Dick Van Dyke Show and also I Love Lucy. We finally get to see Marvel Studios opening. Notice that it fades to black and white and also the sound changes, giving it kind of like an old school TV sound. The intro song to episode 1 is very catchy. Wandavision. It's definitely a bop. But you know what else is? My intro. Roll it. Alright, the first lines of this series is reflecting when Thanos destroyed Vision in Infinity War.
My wife and the flying saucers.
My husband and his indestructible head.
But it's weird how Wanda puts the plate back together. It's as if she's using the time stone herself, rewinding what just happened. The same way Vision was brought back by Thanos to retrieve the stone. So their calendar is marked with August 23rd. After doing some digging, I've discovered that the show is in 1961, and that's the same year that the Dick Van Dyke Show premiered. I see you, Marvel, doing your homework. So we meet Agnes, who later on will be revealed as Agatha Harkness.
Oh, this is gonna be a gas!
In the comics, she's someone that served Mephisto. But when Agnes meets Wanda, it's kind of strange, especially the way she says charmed. Agnes mentions the name Ralph, her husband, that we have yet to see in this series. Maybe that's Mephisto. Agnes also says that their anniversary is June 2nd, and that's the same day that the Salem witch trials began, leading us to the first commercial of the series.
New and improved Toastmate 2000. It's the go-to for clever housewives.
Say, this machine has some shine.
It's the Stark toaster, and as it's beeping, we get our first glimpse of color in this reality. A toaster heats up on all sides. Is this a metaphor for the hell that Wanda's stuck in? The beeping speeds up as the cooking continues, making the scene a little more tense. When Wanda meets Mr. Hart for the first time, she comes up from behind, covers his eyes, and gives him the Sokovia greeting. Kind of like the same way she gave one to Tony Stark in Avengers Age of Ultron.
I got eyes on the prize.
Agnes comes into the kitchen and says dinner can be done in a snap. This is either another witch reference or it's a reference to the snaps from the Infinity Gauntlet.
And I am Iron Man.
She does this weird hand motion to Vision as Wanda's closing the door trying to protect him, I guess. As Wanda's setting the table, notice the bottle of wine.
Move from? How long have you been?
Maison du Paris? Probably butchered that, but it translates to House of Misery. That's a nod to the House of M storyline from the comic books. That's when Wanda rewrites reality for her own benefit. Also, in the end of the series, she mutters, "No more mutants," completely wiping them out from existence. As Mr. Hart starts questioning the couple, the scene becomes real intense again.
Moved from where? Married when? Damn it, why?
Oh,
But during this trance, Wanda looks at Vision and tells him to rescue Mr. Hart.
stop it.
but then after the choking, they just get up and leave like nothing happened. The final scene of this episode, we watch as Wanda casts a spell and they have wedding rings on.
And they lived happily ever after.
Stop it!
Then as the end credits start to come up, we notice this comb shape. Keep that in mind for our later on theory. It's revealed that someone from S.W.O.R.D. has been watching the same episode as we have, and that's pretty meta. I think the agent that's watching might be Darcy from the Thor movies. We know that she's working with S.W.O.R.D. from the trailers. Then after this, the actual credits roll. We watch as these red pixels create a house and also a pair of wedding rings. But then we also watch as that same house is blown away and destroyed. You think this will happen at the end of Wandavision? Her whole house is just going to be wiped out and she's going to be left homeless? Well, if you're enjoying the video so far, how about you give me a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe to my channel.
Stop it!
Alright, on to episode 2 now. So this one is based off of Bewitched. It also opens with one of the funniest jokes in this series.
What do you see?
Only your lovely rose bushes.
That's all? Are you using your night vision?
I'm sure you.
I mean, that one got me pretty good. What if the noise that they heard in the night was S.W.O.R.D. agents breaking into her reality bubble? Then during the introduction, we see on the Westview sign that their slogan is, "Home is where you make it," telling us that Wanda's trying to make her home here. Also notice that Dottie has a really dark stain on her sweater that doesn't match any of the other designs on it. Agnes is also seen holding a martini glass. As Vision phases through the floorboard, a helmet is seen and it has the shape of the Grim Reaper from the comic books. He switches bodies with Vision. It appears that Wanda's hearing a lawnmower sound, but then it's revealed that it's actually a S.W.O.R.D. helicopter that came crashing through her reality dome. Notice that the helicopter has the same colors as Iron Man. Maybe it's how Monica entered into Westview. Alright, so theory time. In the trailer, we watch as Wanda blasts Monica out of her reality dome. What if when this happens, this is how we see S.W.O.R.D.'s perspective as to what's going on? As Wanda is inspecting the helicopter, she's interrupted by Agnes.
Look, it's the star of the show.
Again, being pretty meta in this series. She's also seen wearing the same pendant in this episode as she was wearing in the last one, while everyone else so far has changed their outfits. As the mailman walks by, him and Agnes have a weird exchange.
Stick 'em up.
Don't shoot, I'm just a messenger.
Pew, pew.
While the committee meeting's going on, Dottie makes an interesting comment.
The devil's in the details, Bev.
That's not the only place he is.
The devil's in the details. Mephisto confirmed. We also meet Monica Rambeau for the first time, and she comes up with a fake name and also doesn't know what she's doing there at the meeting.
Say, those pants are peachy keen. I actually don't know what I'm doing here. I'm, Geraldine.
The group collectively says, "For the children," like they're in a cult. In the library, Vision joins the neighborhood watch meeting. In the meeting, Hackensack is mentioned, which is a city in New Jersey, so maybe that's where this is taking place. It's interesting that it's big red gum that clunks up Vision's insides.
Care for a stick of Big Red?
Maybe it's a nod to Mephisto and how he's going to destroy Vision. Followed up by another funny joke.
Well, my understanding is that it's purely for mastication.
Oh, no, I don't do that.
For the children, Dottie tells Wanda,
I've heard things about you. You and your husband. I don't believe you.
The radio starts to tune to what sounds like Jimmy Woo from S.W.O.R.D.
Wanda. Who's doing this to you, Wanda? Wanda. Wanda. What?
He's trying to make contact with Wanda. Also notice that the 6 is missing from this radio. 666 is the sign for the devil. Mephisto confirmed. The radio sparks and breaks, but it's weird because once Wanda turns around to grab a towel, it's back fixed. Then Dottie gives us a weird pop quiz.
Pop quiz, Wanda. How does a housewife get a bloodstain out of white linen? By doing it herself.
Is her husband beating her? We come across the next commercial for the series.
Strucker, he'll make time for you.
The Strucker watch. It also has the Hydra logo on it. Alright, so theory time. What if these commercials are just recapping Wanda's history? Starting with Stark's toaster.
Forget the past. This is your future.
This represents the missiles that killed her parents. It left her and Pietro staring at a bomb ticking, thinking that it was going to blow up at any moment. Next, the Strucker watch, which is who gave her her powers in Sokovia. I think the next commercial is going to have something to do with how Pietro died in Avengers Age of Ultron.
You didn't see that coming.
What if we're looking at Wanda's parents in these commercials?
Rest without 2 important accessories. His special lady.
What do you think the commercials mean? The banner above the magic axe say, "For the children." I'm getting real cult vibes, just like the movie Cats. For the children. The weird thing is, where are all the children? In all of these different shots, we haven't seen a single child running around. Maybe they won't appear until after Wanda has her twins? Maybe Mephisto keeps planting this idea into Wanda's head, wanting her to have children. I mean, having one kid's enough. Pushing out a set of twins, I could only imagine. Mephisto's probably trying to weaken Wanda to take advantage of her or steal her powers, but that's just going to end up backfiring. During the talent show, Mr. Hart's missing from the scene. Even though Vision's drunk, he makes a good point.
Today, we will lie to you. And yet you will believe our little deceptions. Because human beings are easily fooled due to their limited understanding of the inner workings of the universe.
It's just like how Wanda's lying about the reality that she's in. Notice how Agnes grabs her purse once Vision starts to fly? I mean, what was she going to grab out of her purse if Wanda didn't make the rope appear? Another drink, maybe? Agnes then jokes about making her husband disappear. Isn't this already a joke because her husband's been invisible this whole time? Mephisto confirmed again. When Wanda teleports Monica into the box for the talent show, maybe Wanda will use her magic, resulting in Monica gaining power. In the comics, Monica becomes Spectrum. She has the power to convert her body into any form of energy. So as Wanda and Vision both say "for the children" together, it's revealed that Wanda's now pregnant.
For the children. Well, I think the children might need some popcorn.
Or Wanda.
What?
But the moment's ruined by the beekeeper. We know that he's a sword agent trying to break into Westview from underneath. Possibly an agent wearing a hazmat suit that's now transformed to a more appealing appearance. When Wanda says no, it rewinds everything so that they can relive their moment.
No.
And with that, color is revealed being led by Wanda's red chaos magic. During the rotation of the scene on the back wall, we see a glimpse of what looks like the Hydra lab that Wanda got her powers from. Here's a fun fact. Bewitched started off in black and white, and then once television became colored, the series also changed. The ending card has the same comb shape as the last episode. Alright, so one last theory. WandaVision could be going with a bee theme here. Wanda could be the queen bee that's keeping the hive running. Her children could be the honey. The beekeeper would be an intruder. Is Westview the nest? Would that make Vision a working bee? Will S.W.O.R.D. try to smoke her out? So far we can't tell who is a S.W.O.R.D. agent or who's just trapped in Wanda's reality. This series is coming off as a horror mystery show that's being covered up by a sitcom. Episode 3 is based off the 70s, so get ready to say hello to the Brady Bunch era. WandaVision's currently sitting at a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, so let me know what you think is going to happen in episode 3. Have I convinced you that Mephisto's in this series yet? You can reach me on Facebook and also Twitter. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.